Welcome, welcome, everyone, to our latest episode of this fiasco.
Was I supposed to say hi? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say hi or not.
God, way to jump the guns! It's fine. I don't care. It's fine. I am joined today by Eldritch Zoe.
I do the dab in the chat.
Yes. She will be joining us as probably a permanent fixture of the Nebulous Collection. And isn't that exciting for everyone? What's up?
Bold.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of everything.
Oh, you'll do fine.
I will probably be fine, but I don't know. Time zones are a bloody nightmare for this.
Time zones are a pain, yeah.
It is currently 8 o'clock for me, which is when I usually stream, but also it's very weird that Nick's just like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to have dinner in an hour.
Oh, yeah, no, I have errands to run tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. I'll hopefully be around.
Yeah, I imagine you'll be around. I know this, we specifically chose this time originally because our crat needed it for,
fair.
Because, you know, the UK just does time wrong.
Look, if I could be nocturnal, I would, but the shops won't be open.
Listen.
I'm
hearing coward excuses here, Zoe.
Oh, the thing is, I was almost nocturnal during uni, but the fucking shops closed at...
Yeah, no, genuinely, we are diurnal creatures.
They fucking... For some reason, they shut the shops at like fucking 5 or 6 o'clock. Just all of them. Even the fucking restaurants. It's a student town. You can make a killing by being open 24/7.
You are preaching to the choir, fam. I am a primarily, like, that's the thing. I too stay up very early. I stay up until the small hours of the morning doing nonsense. Normally entertaining you degenerate animals on twitch.tv.
Oh god, Sunday's a whole thing as well. Because
Sunday opening hours? What?
Oh yeah, they're different.
Are they? Oh god.
Yeah, even though we're like a bizarrely atheist country, like I feel like most of us are atheists.
I was about to say, like, yeah, like the Church of England, like Church of England exists, but I thought you guys were primarily. Anyway,
it was weird. Anyway, yeah, I've just realized I haven't got my daily bonus on Dead by Daylight, so I'm going to boot that up and not pay.
Do you, fam? Do you?
I want the blood point.
I think my favorite thing I saw on Dead by Daylight was still that post someone made, and it was just adding Ronald Reagan as one of the killers.
Oh, fuck yes.
I thought that would be I'm like, yeah, the biggest monster of the 80s, Ronald McDonald Reagan.
Oh, God, who'd be the survivor that came in the pack with him, though?
God, that's the real question.
I don't know enough about American politics to know who Ronald Reagan fought. I remember Mitt Romney for some reason.
Oh, gods.
I don't know. I think it's because I went on holiday around that point. We're not playing the video game, the tabletop game.
Nope. Oh, you should hear Yin and I. We'll just go on for hours if we let ourselves.
I have watched at least one episode of this.
Yeah, no, we'll just go on for fucking hours. We're the worst. All right, so, George Takei. Oh no. That's fair, I suppose. All right.
Did I die? Or you just been quiet?
Did you?
Dramatic effect. No, I just went all quiet. I'm.
I don't know. For all I know, you've been dead this whole time and are in fact just a ghost haunting the internet.
I mean, I'm not a ghost. I'm a human.
Or so you say. Anyway.
Who told you?
All right, so.
Hey, chat.
that
What's
afterwards.
What's your least favorite American president?
And the bloodbath begins. Okay, so all right. Anyway, I'm trying to get at is let's see. What is also pronounce their name for me because
Oh,
you have an
she
accent
is.
on the E and I'm like
Oh yes.
I'm just having flashbacks to like Scrubs.
I'm actually going to put the spelling in chat while I'm at it. My character's name is Dr. Dreadforsay.
God,
which
it
looks
is
like this.
Dreadfuss. God damn it, it is.
Dreadfussay.
Oh no,
Yes.
it's Fessay. That's oh
Yeah.
great. Now all I can think of is fucking Scrubs. It's Beard Fussay. Damn it.
Yeah, that's basically the origin of the name.
God damn it. No. Oh, we're off to a great start already. So, what is the dear Dr. Dreadfussay up to?
She, I don't know if I should do a description of her, but she is, I guess at the start, she'd probably be just wandering around the collection. She's been there a while. She's sort of, but she's kind of been a bit aimless. She's not been really talking to many people thus far. She's talked. She's not like completely stonewalling anyone, but like, I don't think anyone's particularly got to know her much.
Okay.
And so she's probably, I think she's probably, she, is there a personal computer anywhere in the collection?
Yeah, oh, right, I should explain. Upon joining the collection, which, whether or not you like it, you seem to have, you have accommodations. So you have your own personal quarters, which are whatever you specifically would be accustomed to. So the technology level in your own quarters will be very familiar to you. You probably have your own lab space if you're doing science-y shit or a workshop or whatever else you need.
Yeah.
It will provide.
Yes. Dreadforsay's original universe, and most of the ones that she spent a lot of time in the past, were basically D&D settings. Like, so semi-medieval, but like approaching sort of an industrial point. She definitely had an old friend who used guns and tinkered. And since being in the collection, she's been trying to kind of get the hang of technology beyond that because her friend did cool things with guns. And she's like, I want in on that.
Hell yeah. Cool things with guns are fun.
Tinkering with clockwork. She seems to have got the hang of clockwork stuff, like little gadgets. But thus far, she's having a bit of trouble with computers. So I think the best place to start is she's just somehow got her hands on this old ass like Mac PC sort of thing, like one of the really early computers. And she's desperately trying to work out how to use it and failing horribly.
Oh no.
She's downloaded at least 3 viruses, despite not knowing how to use Internet Explorer.
God damn
it. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds rough.
Great. So, you hear, I don't know. So wherever you are, whatever you happen to be doing, you hear it's not an unpleasant chime. It's very attention-grabbing. And you hear a sound that accompany, like, after the chime sound proper, you also hear, like, a sort of, think pneumatic tubes.
Yes.
So you're like the chunk of something that, as far as you're aware, has never been a pneumatic tube dispenser before.
Okay, so yeah, that is new.
Yeah, so like, perfect. It's one of the busts in the hallway.
I think initially she thinks it's the computer, so she just.
Oh, is she if she's in her own? Okay, if she's in her own room, then that's even better. Something that like, something familiar to you that has never been a pneumatic tube thing before.
Yeah. I like to think she's got some sort of like. I think the desk next to her maybe is funniest.
Perfect.
So she has the ding right next to her, and then she's just slowly reaches down and presses the enter key, and nothing happens. And then she's okay. And then I think she's going to actually investigate what the tube is.
Okay. So upon cursory examination, there's a like suddenly a section of the desk is like just a door, and it seems to be like a little door thing, and you can hinge it open. You can just open it.
Bloody hell.
Yep, that wasn't there
Can
before.
I do
You're
magic?
very sure that wasn't there before.
Yeah, that's just fucking wild magic again. Bloody. She opens the door, very frustrated.
Okay. Inside is a small metal tube, labeled "Care of, Dr. Dreadface Null, for immediate consideration."
Sure how they got my real surname, but okay. Twists the tube open.
And inside is a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it contains something along the lines of like, dear Dr. Dreadface, blah blah blah. Your services are hereby formally requested. Please make your way to the portal room after gathering any gear you may find appropriate. And this is new to you. This has never happened before.
Yeah. I'm presuming that within her limited interactions with the curator, nothing like this was mentioned.
The curator mentioned that you may be required to do little jobs for the collection now and then. But, so far, nothing has come up.
Well, not like I'm doing anything else. She is going to. This is probably a good time to establish. Dreadface is a tiefling, or possibly it's pronounced tiefling. I'm not sure.
I think
I'm
it's
going to say tiefling. She's sort of deep red. Her eyes are like solid gold, and she tends to dress like a mad scientist. So as she's hearing this, she just sort of. She's already got like some sort of vaguely medieval clothes on and a necklace of a dragon tooth. I think is going to be the most important thing to note right now.
Nifty.
For reasons. And she sort of throws on her lab coat, adjusts her goggles on her forehead, and just sort of grabs vaguely equipment. I think she's going to grab a few of the clockwork gadgets she's been working on, just vaguely, and a magic staff that she seems to use, and also attaches all the sort of component pouches that she's got lying around. That sort of thing. I'm trying not to go into too much detail because I'll be here all day. I'll just be reading my character sheet. It won't be fun.
Okay. With that, you make your way to the portal room. And, the curator is standing there waiting for you. You haven't seen them in a while. And they, appearance-wise, the curator is exactly what you would expect a curator of this place to look like.
Yeah.
And you've, not that you ever asked anyone else, but if you did ask what the curator looked like, everyone who sees them would give you a different description.
Yep.
The one constant is their voice. Welcome. I thank you for answering our summons.
Yeah, how did you do that, by the way? I was
How
using
did
that
we
desk.
do what?
The desk had to. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Jesus, place.
Anyway, right this way. And yep.
Oh yeah. What the heck is this? I've not done one of these before. Do I need to do paperwork? I've heard of something called work. I've never done it before.
Oh, don't you worry about the logistical side of things. That is a very large portion of my job.
Okay.
You will be assisting a task force already in the field attempting to acquire a certain artifact for the collection.
Okay.
And they you're walking down this hallway, and it's a long hallway. You can't see the end of it. And there's, on both sides of you as you walk along are just doors, just endless doors, different kinds everywhere.
Yeah.
Just any sort of, door or barrier. Some of them are just, empty archways. All kinds of different stuff. And, they just stops at one arbitrarily and is like, and here we are, and just gestures to the door.
So
Yes.
I can't. Okay, so you gave me the rock. She pulls out a rock with a smiley face on it.
Yes.
The rock more friendly.
The dimensional anchor.
Yeah, that one. These, I'm gonna take a wager, dimensional thoughts?
Something along those lines. Don't you worry. The
Okay.
anchor will in no way interfere with their operation.
Good. Does look, I don't want to go in blindly, okay? I've got a bit of nerves because the last few dimensions I went to, I did kind of get stuck in for long periods of time. You know, the rock thing. So, just what do I expect?
And, at this, they take out a small hand mirror and look into it. And they're like, it looks like jungle.
Jungle? That sounds relatively normal, actually. I was expecting, weirder.
Oh, there's plenty of strange where you're going. But what is strange, really?
I mean, most people usually call me quite strange, honestly.
Excellent. You'll fit
like
right in.
They don't. The voice. I had an accident. Honest. But also, the whole thing. Look.
They're kind of just standing there expressionless and waiting for you to finish.
Look, you look very calming and normal, and your voice does not match your body at all, which is very odd. But I'm very, very unnerved right now.
Well, I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
This is there a way to say no to this? So I can go and do my electric box magic again? I was very close to a breakthrough. I think there's a button combination, and I think it closes programs. Look, if you press control, the one with critical written on it, and one of the F ones, I'm not sure which.
None of this is in character. I just can't. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right.
Achievement unlocked. Kills the DM.
God. Back up. Let me get back to... Yes. To answer your first question, I'm afraid refusing to comply with the collection's wishes would be ill-advised.
I thought so.
I do wish you luck on your journey. And with that, the door opens, and you're just sort of getting slowly pulled into it.
Oh, we're doing this, are we? Okay.
I am afraid so. Your computer will be here when you return.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
A computer.
Be well, Dr. Dreadfussy.
She's just sliding this whole time.
Mm-hmm. And she's not moving. She's just being slid in towards it.
No, she's accepted her fate.
Yep.
She's like, can you, hey, curator, can you delete, somebody told me to delete system 34 or something. Can you delete that for me while I'm away?
Oh, dear.
Have
a pleasant journey, Doctor.
You too. Bye.
And with that, you are elsewhere.
Yeah.
You are surrounded by jungle on all sides. It's a very pretty place, honestly. Like, it's somewhere between jungle and rainforest, and it is teeming with life. And there are mushrooms everywhere on everything, and they glow in many beautiful colors.
Interesting.
And not too far in the distance, you see a place full of what you take to be like living mushroom people. Just a lot of myconids.
Okay. Mushroom people, that's okay.
Several of them see you and run over.
She sort of tries to puff herself up a bit, just like faux confidence, like, greetings.
They just look at you. And then they, like, turn, look at each other a couple of times, and then indicate that you should follow them.
Okay, sure. Whatever. Look, man, it's been a day. I just gotta get this done, okay?
If you're following them, they do lead you to something of a construct, a building of sorts. And inside is a man. Like, as far as you can tell, a pretty ordinary human reading a book. Well, they would be ordinary if they weren't covered in marks all over their body. This time, their fingernails also seem to match the marks, and this time they are cobalt blue Lichtenberg figures.
Oh. Adrofse respects this.
Yep. And
there's
something about the marks themselves. If you take any time to really look at them, it feels uncomfortable. It starts to feel like the marks are watching you back.
I think Dreadfussy she sees a mystery, and one of Dreadfussy's things is that she feels like all mysteries can be solved. Oh. This has been challenged quite a lot.
Oh, you
while
sweet
being in the
summer
collection.
child.
But she's tried to avoid the realization that her ideology is completely flawed by mostly hyper-focusing on the computer thing.
Yeah. This is great.
This is an interesting one.
And they're reading a book that just... Looking at it is just... Like, trying to concentrate on that book for any amount of time is just an instant splitting headache.
Yeah.
And it's gone the very instant you stop trying to focus on it. But they're just reading through it like it's a casual novel.
Yeah. She probably repeats that a few times deliberately to see if it's working, like, because she's magical, but she's got a sort of science to her magic. By which I mean not very good science, but I think she read at least one science textbook and understands that the scientific theory exists.
She strikes me as
I'm
the
not
kind of
sure.
person who would in fact just stare at the sun until she went blind,
Oh,
simply to
definitely.
prove that it's a thing that will happen.
Yeah, no, she might. She,
All
I
right.
think she have they seen her yet, or are they just deep?
They seem very absorbed in their reading.
Yeah. So I think yet again they are like, okay, right, gonna do the thing. Big tough Dr. Dreadful say, gotta be the she just again puffs herself up, gets her staff out, poses dramatically, and is like,
Yep.
Greetings.
And at that, they look up from their book and like already like they just look up from their book in like surprise, and their hand just reflexively reaches underneath their coat. And they're just like, hello.
Okay. Hi, hello. Are you? Who are you? And why do you have very good nail polish in the forest?
They're like, what? And they look down at their nails and they're like, oh, they changed color again. Oh. And they look at the marks and like, the marks changed again. That does happen.
Oh, do you have wild magic?
Wild magic?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess that's a no then. But oh, I know. Wait, no. Different universes. Some people call it a different thing, right? Okay. So,
I take it you're from the collection.
is it obvious?
Havelock. Yeah, like they look around. They look at the world around them. Then they look at you, and they say nothing. Is it obvious?
Yeah. Okay. So
Havelock Chamberlain, at your service.
My name is Dr. Dreadful. And I'm new at this.
A pleasure to
Honestly.
meet you. I see you've been thrown in on our little adventure here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
Not.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, they tend to be.
My compatriots here are having a sleep, and they indicate a couple of people sleeping on, like, what passes for beds in this place, which is mostly just a lot of, what look like beds of incredibly soft moss.
Okay, no, after you.
Yeah, just like, so, I imagine you have questions? I'll do my best to answer them.
Yeah, the curator kind of just door sacked me.
It does that.
Yeah. So, does magic work in this universe? Because if it doesn't,
I certainly hope so.
I'm very fucked.
Just like, I certainly hope so, because otherwise.
Okay.
I imagine magic works just fine. I've yet to encounter a place where it doesn't. At least the magic, if you can call it that I use.
I've had some compatibility issues, shall we say.
Interesting.
Yeah, one got stuck on a farm for a long time before the magic came back at one point. Bit embarrassing.
A farm?
Yeah, no, I live there. I don't like to talk about it.
How quaint.
Look. Shush. And I'm sure you have your secrets too. Speaking of which, you've got a lot of stuff going on. What's that?
She
sort of gestures vaguely at the tattoos and book.
Oh, these are, this is the book. Just holds up the book.
Creative title.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to have any kind of title that I can find.
Oh,
Beyond
Spudbone.
that, I'm its keeper, thrall, uh,
Oh, you're a warlock, right? Got it.
something like that.
Yeah, no. I'm a sorcerer, I think. It's complicated.
Havelock looks at you with confusion. You think or you know?
I mean, usually, look, definitions are wonky, okay? Like,
Havelock
you
at
spend.
this point takes out a very fancy looking cigarette case and just grabs one of the very lovely, like, these things are wrapped in like black paper with like a gold band around them. Like, these are very posh looking smokes. And just like snaps their fingers as they put one in their mouth to light it.
Oh, good. That presentation's working then. Okay. She definitely pronounces that incorrectly out in character as well.
Spectacular.
Uh, look.
Mm.
So I don't. In where I come from, you get magic from a few sources, like belief or study or faith. Or
Ah.
in my case, you just sort of get it one day when a monster attacks your village, and you sort of just get stuck with it forever.
How
She shrugs.
deeply upsetting.
It's yeah. So not the best at the actually making the magic do what I want to think.
Now Havelock just looks concerned.
No, not in the like. I've had magic for most of my life. At this point, I can use it. I'm pretty damn tough, actually. But like, fair warning.
They continue
I've
to
had a
stare
few
and look dubious.
backlashes, shall we say?
Now
You
they
know,
look concerned.
you cast your flipping chaos orb, and then uh, you grow wings for a week. You know, that sort of thing. It's fine. It only killed me once or twice, and walked me through different dimensions several times. But you know, it happens. It happens. You know.
For a brief moment as you're going on, Havelock's... Something about Havelock's eyes change slightly for a moment. And, like, something about, like, their eyes seem to take on the same color as their marks, and there is just this unblinking quality to them. This, like, very, very observant stare. And it passes it passes in a moment, and you see them, like, blink a couple of times before just continuing to listen politely.
Yeah, I think.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. So, but look, Curator gave me this rock. She pulls out the rock. It still has the smiley face on it. It will hopefully help me not completely fuck everything up. In
Is
certain
that a
respects.
particularly real possibility?
It usually just affects me, honestly.
That...
Or the target.
I see.
Chaos is bizarrely considerate in that regard.
Chaos.
Did I'm look.
Now, when you say chaos,
I abstract sense, not like a god.
I
So
see.
I'm not sure gods exist in most universes. They definitely did in the previous ones, but they tended to vary. At some point, you just look at gods and think that's just a tough bloke who's hyping themselves up at this point. Like, seriously, like,
Interesting.
if did I meet a god? she sort of thinks for a second, like, does she actually remember meeting any gods or just discussing them? And she kind of just, you see her sort of struggle to remember and just like, I can't recall. Irritating. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know?
Havelock looks extremely unsure that anything will ever be fine again.
Look, I've been with parties before. I've not hurt. She pauses for a second, just sort of looks a bit sad and's like, I've not accidentally hurt anyone before. We'll be fine. I mean, I have control. The worst case scenario is that I probably turned blue or something. Gain height. I think I got younger once. That was weird. You lose track.
Your magic seems fascinating.
Oh yeah, it's a hot mess, honestly. But yeah, what we doing here? Like,
we're gathering an artifact for the collection.
I mean, yeah, got that bit.
I'm waiting for my friends to wake up. Sleep
Yeah.
isn't something I'm able to do much of these days.
Okay. Have you got like is it like an elf thing or
a what?
Never mind. Never mind. What? Are you human, by the way? Just to be, I'm not very good with
That's
things.
A more complicated question than you think. I was certainly born human, and I feel human.
Probably enough, to be honest.
But these days, I'm not so sure.
If you want to be human, just be human. It's fine. Like, I mean...
Well, there's just one little problem with that. Humans can die.
I'm gonna not think about the implications of that. I'm gonna just, ow. I feel like my voice is changing. What's up with that? You should be doing this voice for ages, like fucking nightmare enough. Now it's going all over the blooming place. Did your voice change?
Not.
When the archive, not archive. I keep calling it that for some reason. I'm not sure why.
There is an archive in the collection.
I mean, yes, but that's like calling Chuck E. Cheese entirely an arcade rather than a combined arcade restaurant.
What the hell is a Chuck E. Cheese?
She sort of, I don't know. What?
I see.
What is a Chuck E. Cheese? She's just like, did I read that in a book somewhere?
Havelock is like, now, like, Havelock is now looking at this unhinged creature like they're an unhinged creature.
I mean, she is. She's very unhinged.
Would you care for a drink?
Oh, yeah, yes, please. Thank you.
Here you are.
I'm being tough. I'm gonna have to rescind my thank you. I'm sorry. I have to be ruder.
What?
She takes the drink.
Just hands you a flask. It is... the drink tastes vaguely sweet, and there's this hint of ozone to it.
She just chugs the whole thing, just trying desperately not to continue this conversation.
Oh no! Oh dear!
Wait,
Havelock is like, what's up?
Does it taste alcoholic?
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
As she just starts pounding this, Havelock is at first impressed, and like as it continues, they're just growing more and more concerned. Like,
I know I've mentioned this character has a bit of an alcohol problem.
What do you mean by alcohol problem?
She drinks to cope.
Oh, lovely.
Yep.
And she just swigged an entire flask of what I imagine, or what is creatively called a fuck up.
Good.
To
Perfect.
quantify that, yeah, to quantify this, that is just a speedball in a glass. Fuck ups are a combination of potent stimulants, mild psychedelics, and alcohol.
Oh no. Well,
Havelock is like,
will Havelock ever stop her because she's not gonna stop drinking?
yeah, after like a few swallows, Havelock is like, maybe take it easy with that?
Why? I feel fine.
Uh-huh, yeah, give that 10 minutes.
Oh.
Then they take back their flask and take a couple pulls themselves.
Was that an alcohol?
Oh, yes.
Was trying to quit the alcohol.
Oh.
Little bit.
Sorry,
yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm straight edge. I'm cool. I'm cool. But I'm sorry.
I wish I could like emote properly. Just show some of Havelock's facial expressions.
Yeah. No.
Because they're just growing more concerned by the moment.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I only drank like half a bottle, right?
It's a flask, but like it's like maybe a
Don't be pretentious.
Pretentious.
Fuck you, GM. Don't tell me what to do.
It's just like an 8-ounce flask. You drank like maybe 4 ounces. You drank like a few shots of this stuff. You're not gonna get like super fucked up.
Oh no, she doesn't have the best alcohol. She's not the like her alcohol tolerance isn't like huge.
Oh,
it's not like
no.
She doesn't have the best alcohol tolerance in the world.
Okay. This is still pretty hard stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's probably feeling that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Havelock is just like, so. Yeah, we're here to gather an artifact, and we're not probably gonna set out for a while, so in the meantime, I suppose it would behoove us to get to know each other better.
Oh yeah, that'd be. I mean, now I don't have the anxiety anymore because I can't feel sound. So
that is probably a good thing, not being able to feel sound.
What's your French?
French?
Friend. My voice. I had an accident.
Oh.
I fell on my throat.
What?
I fell on my throat.
Huh?
Don't question it.
Okay.
You can't make fun of my voice because it's definitely fine.
No one's making fun of anything. Havelock just looks confused and mildly hurt. No one's making fun of anything.
Look, I went to a dimension. I looked at a book, and I watched a thing, and then somebody was on my shoulder like, you sound like that man. Like, no, I sound like me. I sound like me.
Oh, okay.
She's not making much sense because
nope. Havelock has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Neither do I.
Great. It's like,
okay.
so,
Your magic?
What?
I can do magic.
Is you
I don't know if
mentioned
she pulled out a big diamond from one of her pouches. Like, I can do the chromatic orb.
the
It
what?
goes pew, and then she
Maybe don't do that.
goes pew.
Okay, but like maybe here isn't the best place for that. Myconids are not fond
Yeah,
of
that's why I didn't do it. She's
what?
waving the diamond around like she's about to do it any second, but she's
Yeah,
not.
exactly. It's just maybe here isn't the best place. The Myconids are not fond of bright lights.
Oh, yeah, they're all hungover. Got it. Right. Fair. I won't.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
rude.
They're all very hungover. Yes, we should avoid loud noises and bright lights.
That's going to be an issue. That's like 90% of what I do.
Oh dear.
This is just me bullying Havelock.
Oh, one sec, I'm getting a phone call.
Am I the only one on stream now? Hello, stream audience. Is it just me here? I think it's just me here. I can say whatever I want now. Pee pee poo poo. Oh, dear me. I'm having a... I hope everyone's enjoying this because I'm having fun, I think. Oh dear. This was kind of like throwing a firework into a fireworks factory. We all knew it was going to happen. Oh dear. I'm just reading what I'm putting in my character sheet again because I'm trying to remember how much of this nonsense I've actually established. Of course, don't want to be like just throwing a character out there, but then that's what the session is. So,
Okay then, I'm back.
very good.
Sorry about that.
You've missed my firework in a fireworks factory analogy. That's about all you've missed.
Okay. But yeah, so, yeah, Havelock is like, so, you said you've known magic most of your life?
Yeah.
Interesting. How did you come into that?
I was just a teenager, and as I said, like, magic just sort of happened. Like, it was hard. Like, my magic isn't like, as I said, most people in my universe sort of learn it, and sorcerers usually have some sort of ancestry or god chosenness, or they have a reason that they have innate magic. I don't. I think nature rolled a dice and just I came up depending on what your opinion is.
Havelock just kind of shrugs and is like, yeah, that's life.
So I think I came up snake eyes on the dice of life. Which I mean is very like I spent a while trying to go with power. Like if I can get strong, I can defend my village. I can be this defender, but now I couldn't. I fucking suck, mate.
What?
Like, everyone. All my minions left me.
Minions?
Yeah, no. In hindsight, the minion thing was probably part of why. People didn't quite get what I was going with there. So
you can create thralls? Minions?
No. I just wanted to establish a hierarchy, and I sort of they didn't. Anyway,
they're just blinking, mostly just blinking in confusion.
This is the only adequate response.
I
kind of. Long story short, my magic has side effects, as I said, and
you
until I
mentioned.
came to the collection, I did every so often have the occasional jump, usually to similar dimensions, not majorly different ones, but
Oh, dimension hopping. Nifty.
yeah,
That's neat.
not willingful though.
Oh,
Hence my friend the Rock. It's just otherwise,
your friend?
I drew the face on to make it look more friendly.
Did it work?
No,
Oh,
it's a rock, mate.
so,
But okay, I only really understood enough when I came to the collection, and I was not in a good place.
oh,
So
I'm
I've
sorry to
been
hear that.
I've been kind of rebuilding myself. I've been playing with these like clockwork gadgets. Like, have you learned about clockwork? It's cool as hell. Can you-
Clockwork?
Yeah, she
I-
pulls out a little like clockwork toy and just chucks it in the air, and it just sort of flies there.
Oh,
Like,
you mean those? Yeah, little toys and trinkets. Yeah, those are
they're
nice.
they're
I grew up with
lovely.
toys like that.
I've been trying to get my magic to combine with it in ways. The potential's just there's so much I can do with it.
That
And
does
then
sound
there's
like
that.
you could do
Then
a
there's
lot
those
with it.
computers. And what if I could? What if I could make a magic
Computers?
computer? Like,
What's
what
a
if I could?
computer?
What if I could control an F1 things in the world?
Can
What if I?
what if you could control and what?
It's a button thing.
It's a
Don't
button?
you? Do you have typewriters in your universe?
Typewriters, of course.
A computer is a typewriter with a magic box glued to it. And if you type the right things, stuff happens. I've not quite got what the stuff is yet, but I'm sure it's great.
That sounds. This is technology after my time. Okay. Yes.
I know, right? Well, clockwork was
Yes.
almost beyond my time. I had a friend who tinkered, but like nothing as complex as this flying thingy.
Clockwork
I,
was before your. Oh,
I mean,
electricity had become a thing by my time.
el-
Although a lot of
oh,
places
I
still
mean, I can
used
fire.
gaslights.
I can fire electricity.
I
Tends to not be very useful outside of death.
I meant that electricity is used as a source of power, energy.
It
You
is.
use it to light houses or heat a home.
Her face just like it's just PogChamp face.
Oh God!
I can make electricity with magic.
Yes,
Electricity powers things.
it can. Yes,
I can power things with magic.
yes.
She just pulls out a notebook and starts scrawling illegible nonsense on it. Just shit. I found the breakthrough.
Fluck is just sitting there like so confused.
Look, there's so much. Look, the electricity. If I can power electric gadgets with my magic, then I have unlimited thingy gadgets.
Yeah.
She's just rambling now. She's not making sense anymore.
Okay.
She may be hallucinating slightly.
Yeah. Doctor. Focus. I need you to focus for me.
I have lot. I've forgotten your first name already. I'm sorry. The butterflies are distracting me.
Havlock like looks around very briefly, looks back at the dot, and is just like, "Oh," and then it continues on. They're like, "My first name is Havlock
Havelock.
Chamberlain. Havlock Chamberlain."
Havelock Chamberlain.
Close
Havelock
enough.
Chamberlain. She writes it down. Okay. Havelock Chamberlain. Hello. I'm Dreadful Saint.
You mentioned.
Yes.
Anyway.
I'm breaking.
Are you okay, Zoe?
No.
So,
Oh,
I suppose it's only fair if I tell you a bit about myself then.
oh, yes, that's what people do in conversations. Sorry, I'm not good at humans.
That's fine.
And
I'm
most people.
more inclined towards the ivory tower of pure scholastic learning than, or the ivory tower of pure academia than interacting with people too much myself.
A nerd. Got it. She doesn't say that with any malice. She just sort of,
Yeah, Havelock is just it's the look on Havelock's face of just like, oh, just softballing him in now. Okay, damn. So, but yeah, Havelock is just like, well, it has been a while, hasn't it? And they like take a long, deep pull on their smoke before continuing their story. They're like, I was born to a rather wealthy family. I was always prone to just simply reading books and was always fascinated with things. Mother largely took care of the house and provided for us. She was quite good at accounting, you see. Father was always so wrapped up in his researches. I'll never forget how happy he looked the day I took a real interest in them. I think that was the happiest I'd ever seen him. But from then on, between my father's own studies and my own, I developed more than a passing interest in the Eldritch.
I think during the parent bit, Godfrey's face goes a bit down. She doesn't really say much. She's listening, but
Havelock, like, at this point in the story, like, they look very wistful. It was during one of my own early expeditions. I decided to take a semester off of my university education, and went on something of a jaunt through a few of the more ancient places where I thought I could learn a bit more about magic and the Eldritch, old legends and stories. You know the deal. Then I encountered, and Havelock holds up their book, which, now they're not reading it, is like wrapped in chains. And just holds up the book and is like, and that's where I encountered this fellow.
That's a. You're a bit worried about people reading it then.
Oh, no, it just does this. I'm the only one who seems to be able to unwind them.
Interesting. Some sort of.
No sooner had I
coming up to a bullshit conclusion as to why that happened.
Yeah, no sooner had I found this and it carved its marks into me, then I found myself in the collection, having literally stumbled backwards into it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was quite confused. Still,
Yeah.
I got on well enough, and I've been learning more about it ever since. Pardon?
Which room? Because I end up in like the one with all the doors. I was in there for ages.
I think I ended up in one of the displays.
Sorry, I just got an image of Havelock just in a glass case.
Yeah, not like by themselves, like one of the big like displays that you'd see like about a place in culture.
Fair enough.
I honestly didn't realize what it was for quite a while. Contented myself to have my smokes and try to learn about the new book, and that's when it started talking to me.
So it's not a mimic. If you check for that, they're awful.
A mimic?
Oh yeah, like in my universe, there was always things like that: chests that stuck to you, rugs. I think there was some weird stuff. I'm fairly sure a door killed someone once. It's a whole thing.
That sounds positively dreadful.
Oh yeah, they're flipping everywhere.
Yeah.
Nightmare thing.
No, I don't believe it's a mimic. It's a thing of real power. I could actually do a bit of magic before I found it, but afterwards, it's
A magic focus.
quite something. What the things I'm capable of now. It wants me to do things.
So Dreadful's kind of seen it through the lens of her universe, which was initially just D&D.
Yeah,
So
I figured.
she's torn. She's thinking now. I'm not sure how much she'd actually know in places, but like, you know what? Roll a dice. That's how we do it. She knows.
Okay.
Okay, so she kind of knows that there are warlocks who make patrons, which are objects. So she thinks that might be it. She was initially thinking it's just a magic focus. Maybe it's both. But
It could
this is how she
theoretically be both.
comprehends this.
I think the way
Yeah,
I'd explain Havelock is a warlock who, they're a warlock who thinks they're a wizard.
Okay. Yeah, I think Dreadface's realized, yeah, that's definitely a warlock thing.
Yeah, that is the easiest way to explain Havelock, is they are a warlock who thinks they're a wizard.
Yep.
They think they're learning about magic and that all of the things that are happening with them is just the natural way of things. This is all very normal, but no, they're learning more about how to be a better warlock.
Yeah. I don't think Dreadface is going to draw attention to it, but she's definitely worked that out.
Yup. Havelock's like, the only other thing I encountered, so I found this on my person afterwards, and they pull out, like, it is just a beautifully crafted gun. Like, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Like,
yeah.
like, the entire thing is just, like, mirror finish, beautiful filigree and scroll work all the way down. The markings, the filigree seems to be the same as the marks on Havelock. And they seem to be made out of this, like, just gem. Like, it seems to have, like, a blue gem as, like, Lichtenberg figure inlays on the weapon. And it's just this beautifully crafted revolver.
Yeah, Dreadface's very into that.
Yep.
She's like, again, it's I wish I had a better word for it than pog face.
God. Yeah, I found this on my person after I entered the collection. The markings, all of the details about it seem to change every time my marks do. But it's always a revolver, and it's always terrifyingly easy to use. I mean, I had, like, this pretty standard education. The family thought I should be trained in fencing and pistol shooting, just because dueling by that time was technically outlawed, but you know how it is. The family thought I should have an education in it because my father had, and his father before, blah, blah, blah. But I've never been a particularly good shot with them, you see. But this thing... Well...
Dreadface does not know what you're talking about, but is nodding like she does.
Oh, no! Yes, I've never been a very excellent shot with pistols, is what I'm trying to get at. And despite that, this one is... I'm an excellent shot with this one.
Did you make it?
Great question.
I had a friend who made those.
I don't...
Just the gun.
It's a gun, yes.
Yes.
Havelock shrugs. It's like, if I made it, I certainly don't remember doing so, but I don't think I did. I think it came from the book.
Say sort of puts a finger to her face for a second, like she's thinking. She's like, do you know if the collection affects your memory at all?
As far as I know, it does not. I sometimes find it easier to recall things. But generally speaking, no, not really.
Drepsay is just sort of thinking, and she's like, I mean, if you discover you did make the gun, please tell me, because I've got a bit of a theory, and I'd like some, if that would provide some evidence towards it.
I think the book made it.
Yeah, but, just from my experience, packed weapons aren't generally guns.
Might be because it's what I'm best at using. I've been trying to read through parts of the book, and I'm finding what I think are diary entries? Although they seem to be in third person, it's all a little unnerving. I'm thinking the book keeps a record of the people who it enthralls, or perhaps who guard it. I don't quite understand my relationship with this thing just yet.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. Gonna be honest.
I know I can't die.
Yeah, I mean, wait. Mr. Havelock, if you can't die,
yeah,
how does the book have previous owners that aren't you?
That is one of the many questions I've been trying to puzzle out, and the conclusions I'm coming to aren't pretty. Let me see if I can maybe help. And, like, Havelock picks up the book, and the chains that wrap around it just wind down their arm like snakes. And the book opens to the page that he's looking for. He's flipping through. He's like, I think they might be part of the book now.
Oh. Oh. So... I would like to explicitly request that you do not put me on the will or the book after you get eaten by it.
I'll bear that in mind. I also don't think that's how it works.
I mean, look. She looks directly at the book. Like, book, don't eat me, please. I do not consent to you eating me. Book.
As you directly acknowledge and speak to the book, you know. Like, it's not a feeling, it's not an inkling. You know that it hears you. You are you just know that it's there and listening. And that it finds your attempt at telling it what to do very cute.
Interesting. Usually when I talk to inanimate objects, the inanimate objects don't respond quite as much.
Yeah, it didn't, speak to you or anything.
No.
The knowledge is just there all of a sudden.
She's just like, nope.
Nope. Yup. Havelock is looking in deep concern at the book all of a sudden.
Okay. We're here. We're in the forest.
But yeah,
jungle.
Suffice to say, I figured out I couldn't die the first time I got shot.
Yeah, generally that does at least majorly injure you.
Oh, yeah, no, I was missing chunks. Hurt like a son of a bitch, too. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not a pain I would care to revisit. I'll tell you that much for free.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
It's fine. I got used to it. Almost too quickly, I think.
Yeah, I'm terrified of everything that's going on today. I've had a day.
Sounds like it.
I'm
You'll get used to it. The fear, I mean.
I'm not sure if that's better or worse. But hey,
You'll
I'm not
learn to
doing anything
function.
else.
You'll learn to function through it, I think. Or you'll go
Yeah.
utterly mad. One of the two.
Bold of you to assume I'm not mad already.
Well, you do work for the collection, so distinct possibility.
Look, I don't think there's a single moment in my life at least a little bit of a nutter.
Oh, all the most interesting people are. They have like looks at his sleeping companions. It's just like, ah, yes. Yeah, most of us are a bit unhinged.
Is one of them Yin's character, by the way? Because
Yes,
I'm not going to.
one of them is Yin's character.
Yeah, I know that Yin's character is in fact a skeleton, which.
Nope. Yin's character has a skeleton.
That's worse.
The skeleton is actually like just sitting up in the corner, like just kind of chilling.
Just watching.
Just been watching pretty quietly this whole time. Yeah, they've been occasionally polishing themselves. If you wave, they wave back.
Is the skeleton supposed to wave?
Oh, that's Mithraya. She's lovely.
Okay.
And Mithraya just nods and is like, yes. Yes, I am.
Yep. I'm trying to write down notes and I'm failing horribly.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Magic electric power gadget? Question mark, question mark, question mark. The diary is now in character.
Oh, God.
It's not.
No, it's fine. I'm okay with it.
I tried to do that once with a character and it was fucking hell.
Oh, no.
She was like a lovelorn character, so I was constantly writing letters to her girlfriend. It was a pain to have to write that badly.
Oh, God. Sounds dreadful.
It was, but admittedly charmingly dreadful. But
yeah.
I'm not sure what Dreadfully has to add, really. Like, I think I'm having the problem I have with like real conversations where I don't know what to say.
Oh no.
Look,
it's like, so what are your skills? What areas of expertise do you have? The collection must have sent you to us for a reason.
I was an adventurer once.
An adventurer?
Yes.
Oh, how exciting!
University it was a dangerous place. Monsters all over the place. Like, I think I killed a dragon once. She looks at the necklace and is like, "Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's a dragon tooth, right?" She sort of sniffs it.
Havelock looks closer at it.
It is in fact a dragon. I think it's some sort of. I can't remember the exact sort of dragon it was. I think it was a sort of black swamp dragon. It wasn't very tough, but but she has in fact. This is definitely a tooth from a dragon hung on a necklace. I mean, things went mixed. There was the fish incident. But
I'm sorry, did you just say the fish incident?
they were more fish men. But I rather not
What?
talk about that. And anyway,
Okay.
but yes, I went around. I traveled with a few different parties of people. I went all over the world. I used my magic. I was trying to gain knowledge, but once I came to the collection, it's a bit more like, wow, the knowledge is all there. And also, the curator gets really mad when I try to like. I used to have a okay confession. I did burn a few books previously to make sure that it was clear to myself that I'd read them and that
What?
nobody else could gain that knowledge. At the
Um,
time, I thought it was the right decision. In hindsight, bit rude of me. Gonna be honest, not my wisest day. But she doesn't have anything to go
yeah,
off
I
so
was
far.
just like,
She
Havelock is just
realizes.
politely waiting for the butt.
She's just like, anyway, I can't do that anymore. They wouldn't do that anymore. Like,
Good, that would
I'm
not go
fairly sure the
well.
curator would melt my insides like a jelly creature.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, do not try to
yeah,
burn books in the collection. That would not
yeah. The first
go
few rooms I
well.
walked into were full of signs written "Do not burn books, dread for say," and that was a bit weird. But you know, just keeps walking around the corner. There's another sign that says "Stop burning shit, dude." Fucking stop it, man. Just so she gets
Fucking
the
stop
message.
it, mate! Stop it!
But yeah, the thing is, once you're searching for knowledge, and then you discover that there's infinite universes of infinite knowledge, many of it's contradictory, many of it's incompatible. It
Mhm.
doesn't quite. Your goal seems a bit arbitrary, especially as you know. I I'm not. I've not been able to defend anymore. I left them all behind. Don't like to talk
Havelock
about it.
just. Oh dear.
So I've been spending a while in the archive, just sort of, fiddling with the gadgets, trying to be a bit more science. I read a book. Apparently, there's a thing called science. Fascinating stuff.
Havelock is now looking deeply concerned. I. Science?
Yeah, like
Yes, it's a.
usually there's a weird dichotomy between science and magic, but
Is there?
in the stuff I've gone through, like bizarrely, it like I don't know why. A lot of the books I read was like, no, do not mix science and magic. It always ends horribly. But
Cowards.
yeah, exactly. It's cowardice. Why don't you glue it? I got the clockwork thing flying with magic, and it's fine. The clockwork thing explodes. Just not a big one, just like then it falls.
Havelock just looks at it on the ground, still smoking slightly.
She sort of slowly turns to look at it and just like, power supply needs work. Gonna be honest.
I see. Okay.
Still working on that issue. It'll be fine.
Science
She picks it up and just puts it back in her pouch.
science is a it's fields of study and knowledge and understanding, certainly, but I find science in its most raw form is really just a concept of it's a method, it's a way of learning, of ensuring facts work the way you think they do. That's really all it is.
Yeah, and that's basically what I read. Some scientific theory.
Scientific
I mean, a lot of
method.
it's quite boring. Method, that was the one. Method.
Mm-hmm.
Bit boring, but like I've shaved the edges off a bit, like speed it up. Not much time to do. Another
Havelock just
hours
looks
in a day.
more concerned.
They should.
Havelock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not much.
just remember, this is the way my father once explained it to me. Remember, the difference between science and fucking around is that you're taking notes about it when you do science.
Yeah, I read that I think I read that in a book once. She said, she pulls out a notebook like, notes. Notes. She's still a bit drunk. In fact, and then she does a wave of her hand, and like illusory butterflies appear from her hand as she goes, no.
Havelock just looks more confused than ever. So, I see. Perhaps, let's take a walk.
Fair. Okay. Why not? Why not? She takes a step and sort of slips and stumbles.
Havelock does catch her. Like, if she's...
Oh, thank you.
Just, like, help steady her.
She wasn't going to actually fall over, but that is nice,
Yeah.
so thank you.
Yeah. Looks like...
Thank you, fictional character, for helping my fictional character.
Yup. Like, Havelock will move to catch her. Like, he's not a prick.
Yeah. She's just a bit on... She just slips on the ground a bit.
It's fine.
Yeah. And they walk, and they go outside.
Yep. All right. So Havelock takes out their gun, checks to make sure it's loaded, holsters it, and then just like checks the book, like makes sure everything's set, and like puts on, just like throws their coat on, and their traveling hat. No, they have a watchman's coat now. I like that better.
Yeah. So just both wearing massive coats.
They just have a long mantle duster type coat with a hood.
Havelock looks way cooler than Dreyfusay, but Dreyfusay will not admit that.
Oh.
Look, she dresses like a mad scientist. Like, she thinks it's cool.
Mad scientists have cool clothes. What do you mean? They have those cool old school lab coats. Those things are cool as hell.
She just has a lab coat and goggles on, and that's it.
Well, like, what kind of lab? The kind of lab coat matters here.
It's well, I don't really have much familiarity with it. But it's sort of like, I know it's. I think she's put it in black because she's going for the mad sort of evil scientist sort of look. So think Dr. Horrible, basically.
Yeah, no, it's that. Yeah, the Dr. Horrible type. Yeah, those lab coats are real cool.
Yeah. If you say so.
I think those are cool. I mean, yeah, a long
character's cooler.
Yeah, long coats are cool. Don't get me wrong. I love long coats, but what is a lab coat but a long coat for science?
Yeah, we've formed a posse.
Yup.
Yeah, okay. So where are we going? Where are we walking?
Why don't we do a bit of hunting?
What for exactly?
Food?
Oh yeah, food. Yeah, food. That makes that food. Yes.
I may not need to sleep very much anymore, but my body still needs nourishment.
That's interesting. She takes notes.
Everyone just looks at you as they're walking along. It's like, is it? I think most things need food.
Yeah, but like, are you sure you're not an elf?
What is an elf?
Species. Okay, so
one of those weird fairy creatures from the old stories I heard as a child.
No. She goes with her hand, and sort of like, you may have noticed. She says, waving her tail around in the background and gesturing to her horns on her large ram horns on her head. You may notice.
I do.
I'm not a human.
I figured you were some kind of devil, honestly.
No, that's kind of racist.
Is it?
Tiefling. Oh yeah, no. I got shit about that all the time, man.
Oh.
Like, you think I put the mad scientist gear on for fucking laughs? No. People
are
racist as shit.
Like,
oh, you're a demon. Oh, I just let into it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. People are gonna think I'm evil. Fuck it. Just be evil.
You're not very good at that.
No. She wouldn't say that. She wouldn't admit it. But you're 100% correct.
Yeah, Flex is looking at her like, I don't think you're very good at this evil thing.
Wow.
Just, friend, just be yourself. That's all I ever aspire to be.
Yeah, but you're already cool.
Did she say that?
She mumbles it.
Oh! Havelock suddenly looks very bashful. It's like, what? Like, what? Oh,
Look. There were back on the topic. There were several species in our universe. We called them races, but it turns out I read a thesaurus. And I think the word species is more accurate in truth.
Okay.
She read a thesaurus dictionary.
Wait,
I read a dictionary.
You read a dictionary?
I think it was a dictionary. I don't actually know what book she read in hindsight.
Does she think it was a dictionary?
Where did she find words? Did she just read a whole dictionary?
Yes, so like, did she just read a dictionary from cover to cover? Because that's amazing.
I find the idea of her doing that
terrifying, but amazing.
No, she just did it. She picked up the best dictionary she found.
And just read the fucking thing. Like, it's just sitting like, you read a dictionary?
I needed to know words. You know, I gotta keep up with the kids. YOLO.
Kid? What?
It's a word. I found it in the dictionary.
What does it mean?
No idea. Don't remember it. I just remember that it exists. Look, I didn't read it thoroughly. I kind of skimmed it.
Oh,
don't tell the people.
What people? What are you talking about?
There's like the curator, right? There's people in charge of the collection, right? Like, there's got to be a board of directors that like picking us.
At that, Havelock grins. No, there doesn't, actually. I'm honestly quite certain that the curator's not people.
I mean, he's got people bits on his face. Never mind. Look. What
I mean by that is, as far as I know, the curator speaks for the museum. I think he might be part of it. A sort of mouthpiece, directing things. You must have noticed the more esoteric properties of the place by now. The way rooms are never where they were the day before, the way things just happen to be there when you need them.
I mean, yeah, I thought that was magic.
No, the collection's just a very strange place.
I mean, like, occasionally things show up and I'm just like, my wild magic's playing up again. And then sometimes something actually happens, it's like magic, right? Like, the curator's just a powerful wizard. That's just Dimension Door, man.
I think the curator's part of the museum. I'm not sure. It's just a theory I've been running off of.
Well, you run with your theory, and I'll run with my theory, and see which one succeeds. That's a science, I think. That's a science. You get evidence for your theories. You don't just hibbity-bibbity, he's a magic man. Wait,
what?
No, that's my... No. I misused the word magic. He's a building man. He's a man made of building. It's man building. What's your evidence behind the man building theory?
What? I don't think he's physically part of the...
It sounds like you think that. It sounds like you think he's a man building.
What I don't think he's physically made of brick and stone, if that's what you're implying.
No, he's part of the building.
What?
We're off track. We're off track. Elves. They're a species.
Oh, right. Yes,
They're
elves. What is an
they're like
elf?
they vary a bit. There's a few sort of I don't know what the word would be. We call them subraces, but that feels bad. Subspecies sounds even worse.
Like
But they were
genotypes.
genotype. That's might be a word for it. Yeah. There were some short ones which lived in the forest and shot arrows at everything. There was the high elves, and they were a bunch of pricks.
Right.
Then there was the ones who lived in an underground cave system. Really think we should have done something about that. That felt kind of rude of us as a society, in
To
hindsight.
have them not live in a cave system, or
I think they liked it down there. Some of them had like half spider bodies. I think they just liked it.
they
But
had.
then I don't really know. Is the thing. Never really
And
talked to a drow.
And you think I'm one of them?
I think you're. Well, the thing is, elves don't sleep. They sort of just they sit in the room for 4 hours instead.
4 hours?
4 hours, generally speaking.
It's an oddly Okay.
I asked them what it was, and they said it was a trance state. But
Are you saying they meditate?
pretty much, yeah. It looks kind of like meditating.
Oh. Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Do you meditate?
Not really. No, my body just doesn't get tired very often. The only time I ever feel tired or exhausted is when I've been hurt. Then I wake up and I'm fine again.
Yeah. Don't think that's an elf then. I was thinking maybe you got a bit of elf in you. Bit of maybe your mum was an elf. Your dad was a liar.
What?
Because no, it would be a dad. You knew your parents. So what if the milkman? Do you have the milk delivery man? The one who comes to the farm and brings the milk to you in the mornings?
Yes.
Yeah. What if your real dad is the milkman and was also an elf? Was my theory.
What?
Then you'd be half elf.
That would be strange for a number of reasons. Not least of which is I look nothing like this. I don't look like the milkman. I do look a lot like my own father.
I mean, you've got the whole tattoo thing. I mean,
okay,
your
those
probably doing magic, right?
Pardon?
I could just magic you to look more like your dad.
My parents can't do. I don't come from a place where magic is a common thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, you're one of the
magic is. Yeah, magic is. Magic is, as far as I can tell, for a long time, I just thought it was nonsense and didn't exist.
Oh yeah, no. I've read about universes like that. They're always there's a lot of murders going on in them, but not generally much anything
Murders?
She's read mystery books.
Dear God! I'm like, I suppose.
Read Christie, like, oh, a universe.
Oh God! No! Oh, this is so great. I love this. I apologize that this session is probably just going to be our characters talking, but I'm having a lot of fun.
The audience is all dead. We've killed them. Brackets disproven. She adds a disproven. She gets her notebook out and writes disproven under a theory which reads Havelock's dad is an elf theory.
Oh, God.
hunting then? Anyway, I've kind of got lost in the elf thing. I like the idea that we both turn around and we're just like 5 miles. We've just been walking this whole time.
Just been walking a bit, yeah. Just been walking for a good bit. Ooh, dinner. Oh.
You have dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky I don't have dinner.
Very
I only
tasty.
had dinner. What am I talking about? Cool, yeah. But yeah, words. But yeah, I think Dreadful is going to try and gather like what we're hunting, so she can work out what spells would work best in it, essentially. And also, well, I mean, she'd pretend to. She's maybe not quite feeling the whole murdering an animal thing right now, but she's not going to tell that to Avlok.
Havelock, meanwhile, is planning on surprising their companions with some delicious meat.
Yeah, she asked, well, what are we hunting exactly in this? Like, because they're mushroom people, but what else is there to?
Oh, plenty. This place is full of a lot of very large predators.
I sure like fighting predators.
Good, you'll fit right in around here.
Yeah. Good.
Normally, I'd take Professor Whackbat with me. He's always looking to get into a new and interesting scrap.
I'm Professor Whackbat.
Yep.
I know that my name is not exactly a high pedestal, but what kind of name is Professor Whackbat?
His name, obviously.
I mean, yeah, but what? How do you get named Whackbat?
It's his surname. I don't know. Where he's from. I mean, I don't think Whackbat is literally where he's from, but where he's from, that's apparently a last name you can have. I don't know. I come from a normal place with normal names, like Chamberlain.
I mean, I've never met a Chamberlain. To be fair, I've never met a Havelock or a Chamberlain, but then...
Exactly.
I think I read about one in one really boring book at some point. Some Prime Minister or something. Ugh. Nah, not a fan. Kind of gave up on that one.
What?
History book. There is a UK Prime Minister called Neville Chamberlain.
Oh, I thought you were trying to refer to the Discworld books, where there is a Havelock veterinary.
No, saying he's not that bad. She doesn't have taste that's that bad.
I was about to say, I'm like, God damn, Discworld is so good.
But no, Neville Chamberlain was a real bloke, if I remember correctly.
I can't
remember if he was the World War One or pre-World War II guy.
He might have been pre-World War II. The name vaguely rings a bell.
I think Chamberlain was the appeasement guy.
Anyway. Yep, I think he was too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no relation.
Yeah, definitely not. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Havelock, does draw their gun now.
I mean, Drepsay's always holding the staff, which is her. She'd explain that it's a magic focus of sorts. Like, this stick helps me do magic, right? Like, of course, I've got all the components in the pouch if I really get desperate, but like...
Components?
Oh yeah, like, spells are a pain, right? Like, she pulls out the diamond again, it's like, I need this to focus my chromatic orb. Trust me, going without the diamond, real pain in the ass.
You need things to do magic?
It varies. Like, sometimes you have to sprinkle a bit of dust on someone, do a sleeping spell, like sleepy dust. And sometimes you need to have, like, the magic focus usually allows you to just do it. But
Havelock looks so confused.
Oh yeah, like,
That's so weird.
Diamonds are used for a ton of stuff. Like, you needed diamonds to resurrect people back in the day, and they were
Resurrect
pain.
people?
Oh yeah, like our
What?
universe had an afterlife. Like the gods made it, so you could just resurrect the dead. No clue if that'll work anymore.
But just
Honestly.
bring back the dead where you were from?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Generally
sounds
fine.
so
Sometimes
useful.
yeah, generally they came back.
I have so
did a
many
bit of-
questions for people.
Did a bit
Anyway.
of reading. Unfortunately, only works if you died in that universe, and it's complicated.
Oh dear.
Knew
Well-
someone who came back as the wrong species once. That was weird.
Sounds weird, yes.
Hmm.
And anyway, I just do magic? I don't.
Yeah.
And
you know,
Havelock,
you're-
like, suddenly looks, like, concerned and lost in thought for a sec, and then they look like they're just pondering something, and they're like, you know, I don't really know how I do magic. I just sort of do it. I just
you mood.
do what feels right in the moment, and it works, generally.
I mean, magic varies between who's doing it a lot, but like that's kind of how I work too. I just got the knack of it. Like,
Now, let's
I have
hunt
no
some-
clue how I realized I needed the diamond. Like, I just felt like I needed it. You know?
I find, at least with the magic I've encountered, that there's a certain emotional logic.
Oh yeah.
It's all just sort of, if it feels like it needs this, it tends to, type of thing. Just, it's about what feels right.
Yeah, I know. 90% emotion.
Mm-hmm. And then Havelock starts. Havelock puts their hand on their book for a moment and closes their eyes and just stops moving. And they're wearing like they're wearing like, and then as they're just holding their hand over their book, their eyes are closed, and there's this. You feel this intense energy around them all of a sudden.
Can Dreadful like
Mm-hmm.
Dreadful used to be able to do a spell called Detect Magic, which allowed
Mhm.
her to see magic for a small period of time.
Oh.
Now
Mhm.
I don't know if she can still do it. Like, I'm deliberately being vague about what she can do because the system's a lot looser.
Yep.
But I feel like it's more that people know schools of magic in this universe.
Uh-huh.
So she might not actually be able to do it anymore because she focuses more in just throwing magical energy at stuff than
It's
anything
fine.
else.
Like, I'm
She's
fine
a
with
bit
her
of a
being able to do it. I don't see that being a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, in which case she's gonna try and do it, but I'm also gonna roll the no wild magic today. I'm afraid she's just gonna she just sort of touches her eyes and
Yep.
they're glowing now.
Yeah.
They were
and
really quite weird eyes, but
Yep. And so as she's looking at Havelock, you are seeing like this bizarre glow around them. And it is disconcerting to look at. Like, it's fractals morphing into like screaming faces, morphing into like, it's just this constant roiling energy. And it's taking a certain shape, and then as Havelock looks like they're concentrating more, it seems to be coalescing into this like a very animalistic, predatory energy. And Havelock opens their eyes, and they are their eyes are just glowing the same color as their marks. And it's a little unsettling. Like, Havelock, there's something about the way the bones in Havelock's face look now. It's just a bit unsettling.
I used to be able to. I think I'm going to do this as I used to be able to see what type of magic it was, but that was always unreliable. And this is definitely not a sort of magic that Dreadful is familiar with.
Oh, yeah, no. This
is just.
Also, the other thing you're feeling from all of this, there is one consistent through line, and it is terror.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Havelock is just... Like, Havelock suddenly looks around, and there's just this glowing, this, like, sick joy in their eyes. And,
Redford just very slowly and very, like, timid, hand shaking, just does a thumbs up in the background.
Havelock, like, sees this, and just, like, grins. Like, a very wolfish-looking grin, and just nods. And just starts, like, sniffing at the air for a moment. And then they seem to just focus on something in the distance. And they're off! And they're not moving, like, crazy fast, but they are moving very quietly. Like, way more quietly than they were before. Oh, no!
I think Dreadful stays there for a little bit longer than she would have if she hadn't just seen this.
Yeah!
And then just quite quickly just tries to catch up.
Yup.
She is not as stealthy
And
as
as...
Havelock
Mm-hmm.
by any means. But
And as
she's just
Havelock,
as
you're
I'm not
moving...
getting left in the forest. Like, I think before she runs off, she looks around like, oh, actually, no, this forest is way more dangerous if I'm on my own.
Yup.
Choice between a rock and a hard place, she picks hard place.
Yup. So Havelock, starts whistling a tune. Starts whistling the tune of A Hunting We Will Go. As they're going along.
I've heard this song before.
Yup.
It's not feeling good. I think she keeps both her staff and her diamond out as well.
Yup.
Like, ready for fighting.
Havelock's... Like, Havelock is looking both relaxed, but there's this, like, coiled tension to them. Like, Havelock is... They're looking pretty relaxed, like they're just having a nice little unnervingly quiet jog through the woods. But, like, the tension to them is like the spring on a bear trap.
Edward is like a terrified child.
Oh no!
She's trying very hard not to look like she's scared.
Oh.
She is failing.
Oh no! Havelock...
Her hair always stands up on end a little bit because
Yup.
she sort of, the way I describe it is she always looks like she's recently been exploded. But it's like, yeah, no, she's not feeling good. She's scared of this. And obviously she's kind of like less scared of Havelock than she is of other things. But
scared. Oh no.
It's the time.
Oh. Poor Dreadfussy. Poor Dr. Dreadfussy.
She was
never had a chance.
She's like, right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to intimidate these people a little bit so they know that I'm tough. And then she bumped into fucking eldritch horror person.
Yeah, like, my concept with Havelock has always been Havelock is the friendliest eldritch monster you'll ever meet. Havelock is just a nice person who wants to make friends and learn new things. Enthralled to a terrifying creature. Yeah, enthralled to a creature that thrives on and is made of terror.
Say is now kind of scared of Havelock.
That's fair. Most people are a little concerned about Havelock sometimes.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
yeah, Havelock for their part is like every now and then they'll like stop and they'll sniff around a bit. And one time Havelock does just get on the like starts pressing their face very close to the ground, like sniffing at it. And then gets back up and runs in it, and just every time they do that, they just continue in a direction. And they seem to be closing in on something.
I'm trying to think about what Drevsy could do with, like, cause I'm thinking, like, she's got the little clockwork toy. It's a bit busted, but I think she's going to maybe try and fix it up because I think maybe she thinks she can use it as a scout of some sort.
Yeah, Havelock
Not
does
very good
turn
one,
back. Yeah,
but
Havelock
she's
turns.
just walking back in the background, like trying to hold a diamond, a staff, and fix a clockwork toy at the same
Yep.
time.
Havelock like stops and turns to look at her, and is like, "All
Yeah,
right, we're getting close."
Are we now?
Oh yes.
That's not the character voice. Okay. Do you?
And they're staring at you with that same excited energy.
It's like a puppy which wants to murder things.
Oh yeah, no, this is like the energy about them is very, very predatory. Like Havelock is hunting.
Joe's like, yes. What spells should I do to help? She smiles very, very awkwardly, and you see her 2 missing teeth.
If Havelock notices how uncomfortable you are, they in no way indicate it. But
this
Havelock...
is just a sharp-toothed demon being scared by a human, man.
Yup. Havelock, no, Havelock just is, it's like something to blind and startle them would be very helpful.
I can do chromatic orb. Would you like chromatic orb?
I think I would, yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I feel so bad for this character. This was meant to be a fun and lighthearted hunt.
This is amazing.
It's really good. I'm having fun with it. All right. Before we get into anything too exciting, I do need to take a quick bio break, though.
Of course. It's okay if I also do a bio break at the same time.
Oh, by all means.
Yeah, that'll be easier on us.
Yep. We'll be back in a couple, friends.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Hello, are people here? I don't know anymore. What can I do in chat to be awful? Oh, Blem! Just... I'm a child.
Blem. Blem. Blem.
Thank you. Oh dear, I'm all giggly. So we're going through the forest. We're having a time. I think actually, oh wait, yeah. Because of, I think Dreadflay is actually clumsily holding the staff in her tail right now. In case that matters, it probably doesn't.
Okay.
She can just about hold things with the tail. It's not like a monkey tail where it's actually useful much, but it's like good enough.
Good enough.
It's good enough.
Fair.
It's kind of like if you held something with one finger.
Yep.
Like, you're probably going to drop it, but it's fine.
Well, Duck can wrap around the staff a few times.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. It's not like, I don't know. I haven't thought about the flexibility of a tiefling's tail that much, in truth. Outside of, I can't say that I used that, because they might technically own the character if I admit to it. Anyway. Hero Fortune. Anyway, where are we in the forest? We're having a fun time. I'm trying to fix the power supply.
We're not. We're not too far out from where we set out. We're like maybe half a mile, maybe a good mile out from our little base area.
I want it to be very clear. Dreadflay does not know the way back.
Havelock does.
Havelock does. Her sense of direction, tracking is not her strength.
It normally isn't Havelock's either.
So, why must you do this to me? So that's not the right title of Havelock. Really? What would the right honorific for Havelock be, actually?
Honorific?
Yeah, like, not, is it honorific or is it?
You're about like Mr. Miss?
Yeah, that one. Like,
oh,
would it be mixed or would it be like Professor?
Havelock? Havelock's just like Havelock's pretty non-binary.
Yeah.
But like they'll Havelock, like myself, is not bothered by like any particular pronoun.
Good, that means like, I can't make a horrible mistake.
Yeah, no. On it. Havelock, like me, will answer to sir, ma'am. Oh fuck you, eldritch monster! Oh god.
Yeah, I can actually establish Dreadflay is definitely only she, her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured.
I don't think she's ever been referred to an honorific, so I'm not sure, or a title. So I mean, she uses.
I've been calling her doctor this entire time.
She's not a real doctor.
Oh god.
Of course she fucking isn't. She thought it sounded cool.
This is that episode of Meet the Medic.
Anyway, that's how I lost my
medical license. After the heavy is already opened up. I love that. And that's how I lost my medical license.
TF2 is very good at
TF2
like,
was so great for it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So,
I think that detect magic it only lasts for a little bit, and I
Mhm.
think most of what Drevsay did with it was just trying to keep up with Havelock.
mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't have a I don't keep her character sheet around because I don't want to just be doing things that she used to. But especially as I like the idea that her magic is kind of affected by what dimension she's in a little bit, like because that's fun. But she tries to cast a spell, it doesn't work in this universe. Oh poop! Just
Oh dear.
why did I use poop?
That's a good question.
I can say shit. I'm
You
an
certainly
adult.
can.
But yeah, like I like when things go horribly, horribly wrong for my characters because it's funnier.
Oh no.
Um, which is why I will continue to roll the dice just to decide whether I'm fucking up or not every so often.
Oh god.
But yeah, I think Drevsay's not gonna. I don't think it's a good story if she loses Havelock, but
Mm.
I like the idea of some sort of complication happening.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I think definitely the first spell she's gonna cast is gonna get really wild magics to fuck.
Oh no.
If that's okay.
I mean that's fine. I have an idea. So Havelock is telling you the path you should like. Looks like follow me. Be, and like before, like Havelock gets a bit uncomfortably close, and makes direct eye contact, and is like, and be quiet.
Dreadful takes her staff in her hand and does the sort of zip thing with her tail, just like over the mouth.
Havelock nods slowly, grins, and then starts stalking towards an area. And are you any good at stealth at all?
I don't think she is. I don't think she's like bad at it, but I don't think it's her expertise in any way, shape, or form. So
Okay.
like,
Okay.
like she's
throw
not...
me a d6.
Okie dokie. Oh dear.
Oh right.
1d
Slash R.
is it?
Yeah.
Slash
Slash
R
R
1d6.
space
Yeah.
1d6.
There we go. Nice and easy. Different dice bot than I'm used to, but holy
Well
shit,
done.
a 6? Okie dokie.
Perfect. All right. Well,
I like
Havelock.
the idea that she's...
That's fine.
How did I get better rolls than you?
Yeah, oh, you're
I
doing
mean,
great.
barely, but still. That's my only roll so far, and it's a 6.
That is a great first roll. Well done.
Yeah. But
all right.
I think that I don't think she does this like gracefully by any means. I think she kind of like carefully waddles forward.
I
terrified of making a sound.
I remember the book. One of the Gaunt's Ghost novels talks about that at one point, and I thought it was hilarious. It's the Tanith are a stealth unit. They're a stealth regiment. So like, and the scouts are like the extra fucking sneaky ones. And they're all just like dead quiet. But like, it goes on to discuss like different individuals seem to have a different flavor to their sneaking. Like, McCall moved like a silent specter through the leaves. Like, just very great, like a very steady gliding almost. Whereas, like, McVenner seemed to almost flow from one place to another like water.
Dreadful moves like a terrified penguin.
Yep. And then, yeah, no, literally, what is it? Oh, yeah. I forget the character's name, but it was like, oh, yeah, Marin, by contrast, seemed to move silently by dint of pure concentration.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, a thing that Drevsay will possibly do actually is, I think she's preparing to cast illusions. Like, her illusion magic is very weak. It's only like minor stuff, but like, she might be like, okay, if I attract attention, I'm going to try and create a distraction of some sort.
And as
which will probably be butterflies again because she likes them for some reason.
That's fair. As you stalk closer, you come upon your prey, and it's you suddenly realize exactly what you signed up to hunt. And it's this thing is about the size of a rhinoceros.
Oh boy. She continues to not talk. But Jefferson is not quite sure what to do with this creature.
And Havelock looks back to Dreadfusay, nods, indicates the creature, and actually, yeah, that's a useful thing to do. Suddenly, Havelock grins, and suddenly, the predatory facade is gone for a moment, and Havelock just looks playfully amused. And
another thumbs up.
You suddenly hear Havelock's voice in your head. Hello.
I'm going to do a casual roll on my own side to... Oh, is that a natural one? Oh, dear. I was going to say, I'm going to do a casual roll to decide if she screams like a fucking baby. And then I rolled a 1 on a D20.
Oh,
so,
no.
Jennifer goes...
Havelock looks suddenly alarmed. And, just turns to slowly look at, just slowly turns to regard the creature that now definitely sees you.
Okay, so
you just hear Havelock be like, "Well, fuck."
Well,
and
in a desperate attempt to strike first, I think Dreyfus is gonna just. She was already preparing for the illusion spell, so she basically just throws her hand out, and like a swarm of butterflies just start attacking this creature's eyes. They are illusory, so they don't actually do any harm, but the creature now has eyes covered in butterflies.
It does not like that at all. Oh, one moment, please.
Of course.
All right. Oh dear. It's getting...
Yeah.
Now, let's get through this, and then we can call it.
Better.
All right, so...
Oh, wait, I've just had a thought. Sorry. Keep going. Oh.
Okay. So yeah, the illusory butterflies are a thing, and this creature is very upset by them. And Havelock, wasting no time in taking an opportunity, just shoots the damn thing.
Valid.
Just decides it's time to do it. It's time to do this thing a shoot.
Okay.
And hits it.
Yeah, I think Dreyfus will follow suit. She kind of tries to circle around a bit, so it's like we're more separate, so the creature has to pick one target. Especially as we're both ranged.
Yep.
But and she will just try and she will use the diamond, and she will just throw out a chromatic orb. And how chromatic orbs work are that they you're supposed to pick an element that they are. But Dreyfus hasn't got the hang of that. So she just throws like a random ball of energy at it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So what's the best? Okay. So, can I do a thing where I like either this is going to be
assign elements to like a D6 or something?
Yeah. No. I did have a chart for this at one point because I literally just randomized it with a dice in the past. But like, in fact, I had character sheet at some point if I'm going to keep doing this, which I will. Keep doing chromatic orb. I mean,
this is fine.
To stop. But I think in this particular case, I'd like to give you a choice as Game Master, if that's okay. Either it's going to be a really terrible element orb, or she's going to trigger wild magic at the same time.
I don't. Why does everything have to go bad for this poor woman?
She is a being of chaos.
Apparently. Goddamn.
Bear in mind, wild magic, it will still do damage. It just might also cause some side effects of some sort, I think. Because that seems fun.
Things, it can be fine. Like.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to just say wild magic. I'm going to roll a D100 and see what it comes up with, because not all of these are going to be bad.
All right.
I think she hits, because she's got lightning on the brain, I think she hits it with a ball of lightning, just like crackling out of the orb.
Hell yeah, ball lightning.
And then, in a weird coincidence, illusory butterflies flutter in a 5-meter radius for a minute.
That's... Oh, that is a weird coincidence. Yep.
That's the best possible coincidence.
Yep, this is fine. But yeah, you jolt this creature with the ball lightning, and it does not like that. It didn't like getting shot very much, but it really doesn't like getting hit with lightning.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty nasty looking burn on its side now.
Yeah.
And now it's its turn, and it rampages at the butterflies.
Butterflies.
This thing is just trying to stomp and stab. It's trying to gore them with like its several like very large, sharp-looking horns. It occasionally tries to snap at them. It has like, despite also having like big horns, it also seems to have like snap jaw, like a snapping turtle style mouth. It's like trying to snap at some, gore some on its horn, rampaging around, like just trying to stomp on them or crush them. And it's just really upset. Just maximum upsetting.
Okay, it's
Fox,
is Havelock gonna keep shooting at it? Or...
Yeah, you do hear Havelock's voice into your head again. You're just like, well, it's pissed now.
just like, why are you doing this? And just throws another spell of some sort. Just still running, still throwing spells. I think this one's a bit more. I think she. Oh no, actually, let's make it a fire orb this time.
Oh boy! All right.
In the anime, we're establishing all of the powers.
Oh, I have an idea. Oh, that's a very mean idea.
Oh no.
Oh, this is going to be fun. It's not going to be bad for. Well, it might be bad for Dreadfusse for different reasons.
Oh, it's always bad for her.
Well, it just sounds like it'll terrify the poor thing.
Oh no.
But yeah. So as you throw another orb of energy at it, throw me 2d6 and take the best.
Okie dokie.
You're familiar with the flowchart, right. I assume. And if not, I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, the flowchart.
Perfect. It's a yes. So it hits, and now it is. Throw me your d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay, throwing the d20. That's a 1.
You got a 1?
Why are you cursed today, dice?
Oh.
The digital dice love me. The real one wants me to feels betrayed.
It's no big deal. No, I was just gonna see if it also happened to catch fire, and it did not.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
I should probably roll wild magic for that one as well, quick. No,
yeah, go for it if you want.
I'm just doing sort of casual ones. I'm doing it like above 15 right now because
that makes sense. All right.
Fun.
And Havelock, for their part, is like, I have an idea, and does say to you, like, brace yourself. This might get weird. And then
Fly it in already.
Okay, it does work. Okay, so suddenly this creature just like staggers. Like they're just suddenly it feels like, and you're feeling a little of it. You're not quite in the area of effect for it, but there is just this oppressiveness to the air all of a sudden. Like just it makes you feel claustrophobic to be standing near this thing at all, and you're not very close to it. And just, if you notice Havelock at all, like, the look on their face is just very intense. They are unblinking. And this thing just, like, is staggering. And you see Havelock, like, muttering to themselves something.
Okay. I think...
And just, like, you do... No, actually, you do hear words spoken aloud, actually. I feel like part of this is Havelock does need to invoke these aloud. And, Havelock is just like, yes, feel it, creature. Feel the crushing embrace of choke. And this...
There's not watched Magnus Archives.
What's up?
I think she's kind of... She's sort of cautiously, again, still going round it, sort of heading for the creature's back, kind of.
Yeah, this thing is...
So, like,
it's sort of just stuck in place.
Yeah, so she's sort of just trying to get behind it,
like,
while
it's...
also kind of being a bit further away from Havelock.
Yep, it's still struggling to move. It is still moving, it's just having a really hard time. So it's like... It's not quite, like, properly... It's not, like, immobile and helpless, but it's pretty damn close. And you can see it, like, trying to breathe.
Okay. I think Dreadful is kind of feeling a bit bad for this creature at this point, honestly. Like, she likes animals.
Yep.
Like,
Havelock does tell you, like, in your head, you do hear Havelock, hurry, please, I can't keep this up.
Yeah. Okay. So Dreadful does... She sort of has a moment of guilt, should we say. Like, she kind of doesn't want this creature to die like this.
That's fair.
If at all. So she's going to try a spell that rarely works very well.
That's very reassuring.
And she's going to try and put it to sleep. The thing is, in 5e, sleep fucking sucks.
Like,
the sleep spell sucks.
As in, it's a bad spell? Oh.
It's just bad. Like, it hits an area, it's like a pool of dice, and the lowest hit point creatures fall asleep. So...
Wow, that sounds dumb.
There's a good chance that... Yeah, it's bad. It's just bad. So either... But I'm going to do this in a slightly different way because... fuck 5e. Particularly that spell. But I think it's going to be sort of a roll of... This might hit Havelock by accident, but
all right,
maybe it'll just put the other creature to sleep.
Throw your dice.
Oh dear.
Throw me. Let's see. Magic is something you're good at. 2d6, 2d6, and take the best. What do you mean? If I say so. Okay, so yes.
She's less good with magic and more just can do it.
Great. Okay, well, the best you rolled was yes, but.
No, she's not.
So here is what happens. The spell goes off, works great. This creature just collapses. Just falls. And yeah, like, this thing just falls, like, bonelessly. Like, it is just out. And Havelock may have also gotten caught up in its effect.
Oh no.
So Havelock just, like, is, like, staggering for a moment and just leans up against a tree and then just, like, slides to the ground. And it's just like, I'm so tired. Yep. Alright, but yeah, so this thing is asleep at the very least. And then, and Havelock's just kind of, like, on the ground looking like they're about to pass out.
Okay. The sleep won't last very long. I think Dreyfus walks over to the creature's, like, head and neck area and sort of... I think she pulls out a knife. Like, it's a survival knife. It's not really designed for combat, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you're adventuring, you need something to cut your dinner with.
Yep.
Or trees. And
Or
she just sort of,
trees.
well, you know, vines,
Yep.
jungle stuff,
Yep.
machetes. Just,
No,
it's not a
you're
machete,
valid.
it's more than that. But she sort of looks at the creature, and then
Mm-hmm.
she looks at Havelock, and she just like, you can see her trying to bring herself to kill this thing.
Yep, and Havelock is... you see some of the marks on Havelock glowing, and some of them seem to, like, fade a little. Like, a few individual lines start fading, and Havelock just kind of gets up. And just looks
Havelock
like...
doesn't sleep.
Yeah, and just looks like...
Sleepiest Havelock's been in generations.
Yep. Just kind of gets up after a moment, and just, like, kind of shakes their head a bit, and is like, okay. And after a moment, and then sees that the creature did in fact fall asleep, and is like, good work. And just walks over, and, like, if you're not gonna stop him, just puts the gun to its head and just unloads all 6 into it.
I think she puts her hand in front of the gun. Just like, she's... Dreadful is kind of having an internal conflict between...
Doc, you okay?
Can we make it as painless as possible?
Yes, that's what the gun is for.
You've been shot. You know how being shot feels.
Uh-huh.
Would you call that painless?
Getting shot in the head? Yeah, I didn't feel much of anything for a long while.
Okay. Dreadful just sort of removes her hand and turns away from it.
Yep, and Havelock just unloads a couple of rounds into its head, and it is limp. And he's like, okay, yep, now for the fun part. And Havelock, like, rolls the thing over and just takes out this wicked-looking knife and just starts field dressing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to, like, gut it and fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah. And once he's done with that, which, he's not terrible at. He's a surprisingly decent hand at it. And then, just puts it... Just, like, after he's done, just cleans the knife off. And is like, so, you want the front legs or the back legs?
I think... Because Dreadful has lived on a farm. She's not against the idea of killing livestock, but...
Yeah.
She's just... I think she's just feeling a bit shaken at how easily Havelock killed this thing, if that makes sense. Like... I don't know how to explain. She's sad, but she's not sad enough that she's not going to eat the thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So she's just like, how often have you done this?
Hunted?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, really. Like, it's not really hunting if you've owned the livestock, but, you know.
Killed at... Oh, you mean... And Havelock just, like, points at, like, the pile of guts over... Oh, you mean, like, gutted an animal before?
Yeah, that.
Oh,
yeah.
I went hunting with my father.
It's
like, I went hunting with my father a few times. And I just wanted to... And being out in the field here, it's a skill you find handy more often than not. I'm not exactly amazing at it, but, I didn't nick the intestines this time.
Yeah, that's always a mess.
Yeah.
She's just sort of like,
deeply unpleasant time.
I haven't done this in a while. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine. Now comes the pain in the ass part.
Yep.
We do have to drag this back.
Maybe we don't.
Oh.
Okay. So, stick with me here. I did once manage to reverse gravity. Bit of a mess. the ship did have everyone on it lose gravity as well. But maybe I could try lightening the load? Or your hard work will go flying into the stratosphere.
I feel like we could just get dinner home the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Meaning you know disrespect.
No, that's completely the correct decision.
Yep.
Yeah, no, she agrees.
Yeah, it's like, so, do you want the front legs or the back legs?
Which I'm a bit out of shape. Which one's the lighter one?
Luck looks at that thing and is just like, I don't know that it's gonna make a very big difference. But probably the back legs.
Back legs it is. She does finger guns.
Of course she does. Of course she does. Perfect.
Have I killed the tone yet?
No notes. No, this is exactly the tone of this game. This is very perfect. Oh, you're gonna fit in great around here. All right. But yeah, you managed to drag it back. It's not fun, but it's like you've worked up an appetite afterwards. Suffice to say, you've definitely earned your bacon. And Havelock, when they get back, or when you start heading towards the perimeter of the place again, Havelock does tell the some of the Myconids about the giant pile of guts. And they are thrilled and run off looking thrilled. Calling to, or not calling, but seeming to, like, turn towards several others. And there's these, like, puffs of glowing spores, and then, like, several of them are gone. They just run off into the woods in the direction you came from.
Come, brother, the intestines are here.
Pretty much. Alright, and that, and yeah, you feast on delicious, some really good wild meat.
Oh, good.
Like, it's delicious. And that is a good intro session, I think.
As good as we're gonna get.
Yeah, good as we're gonna get, I think.
She didn't. Right. She didn't inconvenience a party member too much this time. That's probably a good thing.
Oh my. Alright, so next week, hopefully, we should have more people around. I know they were busy this week, and life happens. That's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Alright, but yeah.
Shame I didn't get to meet anyone else, but I think
you
will. Don't
worry not. Yeah, I also hope this helped ease you into it more, if that was...
Oh yeah, no. The early bit I was still scared, but I think I got over it after a bit.
Good. I sometimes wonder if I'm invoking the Magnus Archives too hard. Maybe.
No, invoke harder. It's great.
I was like, is the crushing embrace of choke too much? Maybe. Maybe.
God, I'm just I've caught up on that like yesterday, and I'm looking forward to
it's so
seeing how you deal with the information from a particular episode.
Ooh, which one?
Ooh, I need to.
What's the name of the episode? That's
I listen to all these while doing like work in the garden. So
okay.
I can't necessarily remember which one it was until I look at it.
Because I know I'm a few behind now.
Yeah. There's apparently a delay to Magnus 185. That's a shame. Oh.
Yep.
Oh well. It was like I think it was either Monument or Well-being.
Oh, okay. I need to read or I still need to listen to those. I've been doing a thing where I'll listen to the whole series through, and I'll have caught up, and then I'll start over again, and by the time I've caught up, I have a few episodes to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
I just keep not checking my podcast until there's 70 of them ready to go.
Jesus.
Yeah. Look, I've lost one of my favorite ones recently, sadly, because it got cancelled. But under unfortunate circumstances. But the ones I've got, it's like, hey, how many episodes of this one are there? Oh, 4 that I haven't seen.
Yep.
That's 4 hours of entertainment I've not listened to.
Yep.
Hey, how many hours are these there? Oh dear. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, not at all. I normally love these. I'm on a bit of a timetable tonight, sadly. Otherwise, otherwise this would have gone a lot longer, if that's okay with you, of course.
No. How much longer would it have gone out of curiosity? Because I need to make
No,
sure.
maybe an hour or two.
Hour? Yeah. No. It's currently 10:30ish,
Yeah,
10:23.
it's like 10:30 for you.
I can definitely stay up late, even with a time zone change again. I think I can still cope with. That would be midnight on my time. So
As long
this
as
is
you're
just
okay.
normal streaming hours for me.
Okay, good.
Oh god, I'm thinking about Dreadforsay's first ever outing, where I just made her a stupid character to play with my flatmates, and one of them ran into a room and got in a trap, and Dreadforsay was just like, "Nope," shuts the door.
Oh,
my flatmate was not happy with me. He took it personally.
Oh god, that episode of Magnus Archives was so good. It got to the point where she believed suddenly closing doors were a genuine supernatural were a sure sign of the supernatural. Oh, I felt so bad for her. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, but that is.
Dreadforsay has had the edges worn off over many years of play.
Good.
She was so much worse initially.
How lovely.
You've got the best possible her, and she still put Havelock to sleep somehow.
Well, I am looking more forward to next week than ever. Thank you all for joining us. I was joined by the lovely Eldritch Zoe today. Go follow her on Twitch and play lesbian Mothman hunters.
Oh yeah, my game.
Yeah,
I made that, didn't I?
You did.
That's a year old now, and I still haven't written the post-mortem for it. God damn it! Look,
you're
I
fine.
project myself into my characters, and this is why this happened.
You're fine. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I look forward to doing it again next week. Have a lovely night, all.